What's going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in as always. Hope everyone's having a good day. Just got off the Rolling Thunder podcast. Know some of you guys join in there and appreciate you guys for doing that too. What is going on, everyone? This is just a Ask Me Anything hangout session. I just want to talk to you guys. You know what I mean? Let's see here. We got, of course, David, El Fuego, Paul, Adir. We got everybody. What's going on, man? Yeah, if you guys got any questions or anything, I just posted my video today with the Down for Sound boombox. Man, that was hectic, but I got everything straight. I got brand new editing software. I can screen record all kinds of stuff off my camera and my computer. It's a godsend. It was $100, well worth it. But to my patrons and everyone that donates, that's why I could do it. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I really do. What's going on, William? Said, what's up, everybody? Hey, Andy, thank you for all that you do. Boombox video is great every time, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do. You know, it's some time and dedication that we put into just editing the videos. The shooting of the videos, that's one thing, but the editing process, it's like you want it to be good content, but you don't want it to be too boring. You know what I mean? And algorithms, all that kind of stuff, but it's like, you know what? Who cares? I'm doing this because I like car audio. I get paid to do what I enjoy. I should not be complaining. So the editing software definitely helped. Put me in a better mood for sure. What's up, Taylor? Did you get the stuff for your box? We need 4x4s. I know. If you guys are still working on it, I'll stop down afterwards and bring that 4x4. And I can't get anything else, but, you know, hang out with you guys. Yeah, my buddy Taylor and Tony are both working on Cookie Monster right now. And Taylor should feel good. He's working on Cookie Monster. I don't really let too many people work on that. But absolutely, man. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Tell Tony I said hi. Keep going at it. Yeah, the Cookie Monster, the box isn't as bad as I thought. Thank God. Just had to do a little bit of sanding on the bottom, rebaffle the top, clean up the inside, and it's going to looking brand new. What's up, Vega? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, Vega told me about RGA's Nunchuck video. If you got a regular guy or audio, check him out, man. Ronco 160. What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in again. W3 versus P3. I say P3. I mean, the P3 is a what, 600 RMS sub if you're looking at the 12. W3 is what, 250, 300 RMS, depending on the series. I think they might have bumped it up to 5. I feel like the JL is going to be a JL. Going to be more sound quality oriented compared to a Rockford Fosgate P3. P3, though, I think it's going to get a little bit louder, but you can throw more power at it. Average Guy, what's going on, man? This guy does car audio content as well. Thank you for tuning in, man. I'm happy that you commented on one of my posts. I was like, oh, shoot, let me check this guy out. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff with JL audio, so you ask him. He might know a little bit more than me. Bobby B. Let's see. RGA says, I jammed during Rolling Thunder, invented some... It sounds like it, looks like it. Let's see here. Deviant, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Really do. David said, software upgrade, sweet. I know nothing about this. Yeah, I bought it for editing on my computer. I usually edit on my phone or my iPad with CapCut. I used to use iMovie, you know what I mean? We all started somewhere. The CapCut worked pretty good, but with like audio and getting everything synced and having your audio levels, you know, kind of normalized for the most part, I wanted to do it on a computer, and I wasn't sure which one to go with, so I went with the Movavi. And the reason why I went with the Movavi, because I was looking for mostly a webcam recorder, because this works as the webcam, so that the computer can record my voice from the microphone and the camera all at once, instead of trying to mush everything together and having some errors there. And that's what happened to me this week. Whew, man, I've been really just burning tire, not going anywhere with filming and editing. But now I got that all straightened out, so that's good. And that's the reason why I went with it. But then it turns out, oh, I can just buy the bundle, pay twice the price, and get an editing software and everything else that I need. And that's why I went with that. And I wasn't going to edit with it right away because, you know, editing on a computer is a lot different than on your phone or making TikToks. So I was like, I don't know. But then I started messing with it, and I'm like, this isn't that bad. This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. There was a learning curve with it, but nothing too far out that I couldn't accomplish. And the video still looked good. I did the Down for Sound one with the editing software. So I tried to do everything I did on the last one and make it better. And add a little bit different transitions and stuff, you know. Bobby B says, Andy, no working, reaping the profits. Bobby, you're just upset because I won't dyno that kicker amp. I'm getting to it, man. I'm getting to it. Man, goodness gracious. Do not vape. Do not vape. I do want to quit that eventually. Let's see here. Paul Harris says, California knows how to party. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Everyone's saying hi to 25, but 25's not even saying hi to me. Come on, man. So we got everyone, and the dynamic duo is in full effect right now. DIY Audio Guy, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. How you been? Who watches the MBE live broadcast? If you do, type MBE. I try to watch it after the show, after my stuff. It's good content, you know, it is. MBE is MBE, man. He is the preacher of car audio, man. Got lots of comments, man. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Jesus. El Fuego says, I need Cookie Monster carpet to dampen the echoes in an empty room with hard flooring. You know what? That might work. That might work, man. I'll send you a link. Joanne Fabrics, man. I know. I quit cigarettes, you know, about, what was that, 2016. I quit smoking cigarettes, so eventually. You know what? Yeah, don't get the popcorn lung. Smoke Newports. That's what I used to smoke. God. That's the thing. That's like the worst cigarette to smoke, too, and that's what I quit off of. And it was really hard. I did both for a while, and then eventually I just quit, man. 25! What's up, buddy? Carl, thanks for tuning in, man. What's going on? Dynamic Duo is in full effect. 25s, I know, I see you in the chat. I see you in the chat, 25. Not live. Yeah, I rewatch it after. Same. I would, but whenever I go and watch his lives, I know it's hard for him to interact with anyone, because whenever I was on there, one time I didn't go live, it's like he didn't even see that I was there, and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. And I didn't really see anyone else that I knew, and I'm like, man. RGA says, MB, I don't watch all of it usually, but I stop and like. Right, you know, I mean, that's kind of the kind of podcast he has. I mean, we all have our different podcasts, you know, here I'm just talking to you guys in chat, not really going over anything particular, but, right. It's kind of hard to watch from the beginning to the end, unless you're just, you know, you're working on something and you got on a TV, you know, that's the kind of content. 99% audio. Thanks for tuning in, man. Average Guy says, I definitely watch MBE. Brokeback Mountain and do a thing. 25 says, the Cookie Monster fabric shags me. Larry says, I like that MBE is offering consultations. You know what? I seen that he does that, and it's like $50 for an entire build A to Z and $25 for just over the phone. And I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to add that to my Patrons. You know what I mean? If you guys need help, you know, like, hit me up. I'll have my number. And maybe for like the $10 Patreons and more, or maybe just $5 Patrons, free enclosure builds or just whatever, man. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. So you guys can have connection with me and help. I'm not that greedy. 25 says, in 1983, you look like a mentalist? Or are you the same guy? I'm so confused. I'm not sure what language that is, but thank you for tuning in. Brian says, El Fuego, turn your room into a foam pit. You know? Oh, man, for sure. Ashley says, nah, vaping is 1,000 times better than cigarettes. Just vape 100% organic VG. That's what I there's no such thing as 100% VG. It's like 95%. There's always something in there because of the nicotine and whatever and the flavor. But that's what I vape. I don't do no 80-20, no 70-30. I vape 100%, if you want to call it that. Peach Rings, Deep Six. The guy is out of business because of tax federal laws, but I have his phone number and I buy juice from him about every month. I know that's another thing. It's like I don't want to cut that off. If I cut that off, it's gone. And that's all I've been smoking was Peach Rings. That's what got me off the darn cigarettes, man. China. El Fuego says, rumor has it that 14.4 volt talk will be making a live stream with Living Loud with Andy very soon. You know what? I didn't hear about that, but Beardy contacted me and said that he would come on, but he was going to need like someone to talk for him, you know, because he just can't do that yet. You know, he can text, you know, it's okay. So maybe we can just have someone fill in for him for, you know, the whole talking part. And now 25, that's a different story. SJC Audio Guy, thanks for tuning in, man. It's been a while. Sup, fellas? Miss Rolling Thunder for my kids' track meet. It's all good, man. Family comes first. You know that. Bobby B, Andy's still waiting on you making me an admin on Kicker Club. You know, if there was anybody that was going to be an admin or moderator on Kicker Club, it would be you, Bobby. I've been thinking of it really hardly, you know, and it's just like Kicker Club is my baby. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's hard. It's hard to do, but dude, you are in there posting all the time. It's like you already are, dude. You know what I mean? Your contribution to the group and whatever it is, you know, you're posting it, you're commenting, you're liking, whatever. That's what we need. And I support and I appreciate you, dude. I really do. SJC Audio Guy says, I like the MBE consultation, thinking about doing that local. I've been doing it for free for years, unfortunately. 25 says, Andy charges $3.99 for the first minute, 99 cents each additional minute. Yes, and after 9, it's free. Vegas says, you have $500 to buy an amp and subs for demos. What are you buying? For demos, I mean, sub and amp. Okay, so no box, sub and amp. $500. You know what? Honestly, just because it's right here, that Scar SDR for $130, and then go buy a JP8 wire. It's a dual 2 wire 1 ohm. I was about to grab the amp, just run it for that. I think that would be around that price point, and it'd be perfect for it. 600 RMS sub, 800 RMS or plus amp, and the amp's what, $200 or something like that, around there. 200 and some, and yeah, around 220 after tax. So then 220 plus 130, I think we're under budget. That's what I would go with. Now, if you're talking something else, I mean, you could probably go with like a Kicker 15 L7R, and I think you might get better or around the same performance as the Scar. All depends. El Fuego says, first call to Andy, help. There are 2 clowns that keep trolling me on YouTube. Oh no. Really? let me guess. 25 and Deviant. She says, yeah, 100% VG, nicotine, and flavoring. Beardy for the ween. Deviant says, Beardy is always down. He's a legend on live streams. Absolutely, man. I've seen him pop up on like 2 live streams recently. He just needs to make his own live stream. I think that's what we have to do here. Let's see. Oh, come on, Ashy. DIY Audio Guy says, I always miss Rolling Thunder. What channel does it stream on? It streams on the Rolling Thunder podcast. It's like literally the Rolling Thunder podcast on YouTube. It's kind of hard to find because it doesn't have that many subscribers yet. It has like 80 or so. And then it also streams on the Rolling Thunder podcast Facebook page and Scott Dilbeck's personal Facebook page. I know that's the thing with like YouTube. It's like they don't push it out there that much. So it's kind of hard to generate traffic. It's like you have to almost use other social media platforms to bring it in, like how I did, honestly, or just, you know, other content. I know some content creators, they'll live stream on a separate platform compared to like their content platform. But then that's not really a good thing either, because then you're building two different things. And it's harder to do. But at the same time, is it bad to stream on your content channel like I'm doing and veering people away? It's a double-edged sword, so it all depends. But I feel like, you know, it's hard to start out. It's why some people miss it. Bobby B says, Andy, kicker for life, you know it. 100%, buddy. Thanks, Vega. I try, man. Yeah, I feel like that would be a good combination, you know, and that's why I really do want to get the JP8 for that. It's 1 ohm stable, well, half ohm if you get the warranty, wink. But I just needed a 1 ohm anyway for the SCAR, and I think it'd be perfect. I feel some people may be triggered too if I run a kicker amp on a SCAR sub, but it might happen off camera. Throw the CX1800 on it real fast, see what she can do. Shane, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. What do you use to tune your amps, or do you do it by ear? My amps either have a built-in clip indicator, the KX2400, and the ones that don't, I have a DD1 Steve Mead distortion detector. I use that, but honestly, at the end of the day, I have a O-scope kind of built in to my SPL lab. So if I really want to dial it in, I use that. That is and I can meter my system at the same time. So, I mean, I'm kind of okay in that department. But honestly, man, you know, I set the DD1. I give it a little bit of gravy sometimes. I really do. You know what I mean? But I play in moderation. That's the whole thing. You know, you can clip your system to level 12 in moderation. It comes down to how fast can your woofer get rid of that heat. And clipping is just more heat for not any more power or barely any. So it all depends. Deviant coming in strong on this one. 27 people, my weekly PSA for Andy's Patreon. Andy, his dude starts at $1 a month, live streams more than anyone, and they're not the funniest streams plus regular content. They take PayPal. I think Deviant had one too many twisted teas tonight, but you know what? Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I do have a Patreon, of course, and I appreciate everyone that tunes in, and I appreciate you, Deviant. David says, y'all have a great show. Going to chill with my boo in the hot tub. I'll catch you tomorrow. You know what? I'd be doing the same thing, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Ben. RGA says, I cannot afford a pack of gum, so no Patreon yet. It's okay, man. It's okay. Let's see. Got lots of questions here, guys. Lots of comments. Hi-Fi said, man, David passing up butt grabs for your stream, Andy. Now that's commitment. I thought he was leaving, you know. Okay, he's staying, man. That's awesome. Deviant goes, y'all all lost $1 in the laundry. Look at the chat interaction this guy does. Reading comments, doing anyone can join live streams. Yeah, those are fun too, man. You know what? I owe that all to Rob, dude. That car audio helpline. That's awesome. We'll have to do that again. DIY Audio Guy says, cheap O-scope from Amazon is the most cost-effective way to set gains. I feel like, you know, as long as you're around that ballpark, it's better than not having anything at all. Because no matter if you use the best equipment, a $1,000 O-scope, a DD1, an SPL lab, you set everything right. And then you go and turn the volume up farther than you had it set because it sounds better. Guess what? You're clipping. Or it's a soft clip. So I feel like any type of testing equipment to get your clean signal is better than nothing. Me, I would, you know, when I was young, Best Buy would install my system, and then I would take it home, I would play it for a while, and, you know, I'd start tweaking stuff. And, you know, then I would take that system out, put a different set of amps and subs in and stuff like that, and I would try it, and obviously I have to reset the gains and all this other kind of stuff. I learned to tune by ear, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know it's not the right way to do it, but I can. I can. You know, and it's like, but that just makes things take longer to get it right. And then how close are you? You know what I mean? To what you can get out of your amp. You know what I mean? It all depends. But absolutely, man, something is better than nothing. Shane says, okay, cool, just learning about preamp voltage, and I never knew how much it mattered. Installing an LC2I with comp Rs tomorrow. Just learning about... Right. It does matter, because, you know, obviously an amplifier takes low voltage and makes it high. It amplifies it. So, right, it does matter with the preamp, because all you're pretty much doing is taking the preamp from the head unit, say a 40 hertz tone, and you have it set clean at the head unit. It's going to put out 2 volts if it's a 2 volt head unit. And then you just set your gain literally at 2. If it had markings on it, some amps do, and it'll say the pre-out voltage, and you just set it at 2, and then you're set. I know Kenwoods are like that. But then you got to know where your head unit clips at. You know what I mean? That's another thing too. You can have the best equipment, and if you don't test where the source is coming from, it's not going to really help you as much as it could. Because you could have it set up front, you know, just a dirty signal, and it's putting out 3.5 volts, but it's just clipping because you have your head unit set max. I feel like that's a thing. I gotta scroll down to this. Oh wait, we got a couple super chats. We got a couple of them. SJC, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you. Got lots of comments here. Holy moly, I only seen them because of the super chats. Hot Tub Audio Talks for the win, David says. Oh man, that's awesome, man. Hey, I'm glad I'm just there hanging out with you guys, just on a live stream, you know. Thank you, man. Let me skim over a couple of these. Okay. Steve Me just said not to use those cheap, the Chinese O-scopes. Yeah, because they may not read accurately, but the whole goal, like I was saying earlier, is to get you close. El Fuego says, turn up the gain till you smell something, then back it off a little bit. SAC says, take my $2 because 2 cents ain't shit. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in, dude. RGA says, I tune with a fish. Hasn't failed me yet. I love tuna fish. The average guy says, I use a DD1 to set my gains on my JL Audio HD amps and use the SMD OM1S to monitor my clipping in real time, especially the subwoofer since I have a pair with an epicenter. That's nice that you have that SMD OM1 to see if you're clipping real time, because I know the other SMDs don't really do that other than a distortion detector. But who runs that? That's pretty cool that you have that set up like that. That's why I love the Kicker, the Kicker KXA 2400.1. It has literally a clip indicator on the bass knob, and I know a lot of the down for sound amplifiers have that as well, and that's why I want one. It's nice to know when you're being bad. How long you can get away with it. It's like, well, I'm clipping, but I gotta get her hair up a little bit higher. Can't. Again, David, thank you, man. Thank you. SJC says DIY and others, you guys catch the 2-channel Mead line. No, I've seen that pop up on my Facebook and YouTube. I just haven't had time to watch this 27-minute video. I'm definitely going to check that out. For sure, dude. I love Steve Mead's content. You know, it's more like an EXO or more like a big YouTuber's content, like a blog in a way. So you kind of have to sit down, pull out the popcorn, you know, make sure you got a drink and whatever you're doing, and watch the episodes. Are really good for that. Jeffy, what's going on, buddy? Hey, how's the video coming along? Everything's filmed, really, for the testing portions. I'm going to change, since I got the software, I'm going to change everything up and make it a lot better. But I already have everything that I need shot for that. The only thing I need to reshoot, again, is the intro and the outro. That's why I'm still holding your stuff confiscated. I still have it over here. I'll pull this down. You guys seen this long enough? Ooh. Jeffy here says his JBL Flip 5, yeah, it's a little muddy, is better than this JBL. Sheets, man, $20. Killer. It's going to knock out even the Bullfrog 400, man, I'm telling you. So I got to redo that, the intro and the outro, and then we should be set. And then you can get that back. I'm gonna try. I was gonna film it this weekend, but I am burnt out from filming, editing. I need a break, at least a day, maybe Sunday. We'll see. I should have that back to you Monday or Tuesday. If you need it, you can take it. It's not a big deal, but just let me know. I know you use that as your daily. Vegas says, just in my opinion, but people in the hobby make way too much of getting maximum gain. The only thing I try to maximize my gain without clipping on is the sub amp, and I'm fine with clipping my subs a little bit. Right. And, well, let's see. People in the hobby make way too much of getting max... Right. And I feel like the best way to do it is to have an amplifier that's way too big. Too much power, rather than right there, just enough power. So that you can set your gains accordingly, and you're still not clipping. Yes, you might send too much power, you might, you know, overdrive the woofer mechanically or whatever the case is, but you're never going to clip it. And then you can dial it down. You have a less of a chance of blowing your woofer with more power that's clean rather than the same power that's dirty. So it all depends, but yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I don't have big systems, and I know you don't either, but I love having tons of power on tap. Just having that KX 2400, or not the KX, but the two CX 1800s on tap on Kayla's car, it's stupid. I can wire everything any which way, and no matter which way I wire it, I have way more enough power than I ever need for something, you know, within the realm. And I feel like that's the best way to do it, just so you don't have to worry about, well, I can get more power out of my amp if I set it at 0 dBFS and I have the gain set just right. No, man. You can add a little bit more power than you would normally run it with an amplifier that's being fully driven and occasionally going into the clip. Good point, Vega. Larry says, good evening to the best family on the internet. You know what? You guys are awesome, man. For sure. Bobby B says, I would buy a DD1, but really have no use for it afterwards. I mean, usually it's just set and forget, you know, with your gains, but, you know, it depends how many systems you have, what you're doing, man. El Fuego says, the DIY audio guy, Justin, has some great videos on setting gains. Absolutely, man. He's very thorough with the stuff. Vegas says, David, you need to join from the hot tub to be on a stream like a boss and extra points if you're smoking a cigar. That's it. Absolutely, man. Abdel, what's going on, buddy? Can't wait to see you at your comp and show. Y'all, what I'm coming with this year, man. Dude, that's awesome, dude. I know you were doing, what, 155s? You had 2 Orion 15s on 2 HDC, or the Orion amplifiers, the red ones, the 5Ks or 10Ks, or I forget what you had. You had something crazy. You were clamping like 15,000 watts or something, dude. Thanks for tuning in, man. And yeah, I know I was going to have a show earlier, but I'm probably just going to postpone it until the end of May, because we have a show in the beginning of May at the Rockin' with Russ out in Altoona, you know, out that way. So. But yeah, man, it'll be fun. I know. No update. No update. Talk to him, but no update. I know. You guys will know when he comes out, when he says whatever. He ain't saying nothing to no one, so it's okay. You know, I know. It's nuts. Hi-Fi Q8Z, thanks for tuning in, man. Setting a kicker front row input level has a clip light. Output level doesn't. Should output level be same as input level? So I'm thinking what you're saying is to matching the gains. Setting a kicker front row input level has a clip light. Output level shouldn't output level be the same? I don't know what you mean by that exactly. Try to rephrase that and I'll try to answer that again. I'm just a little confused. Unless you guys understood what he's saying. I'm just a little confused on that. Deviant says, side note, Andy made an entire video on the Down for Sound Bluetooth speaker. Didn't like it, so he remade the entire thing. Literally, man. You know, the audio was messed up and I didn't go thorough into it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go thorough into it. Go over everything. Who cares about analytics and how long the video is? And stuff like that. So, thanks, man. Jeffy says, awesome, man. You're good. Take your time with it. Thanks, man. Bobby B says, I have a JBL Charge 3. I found it on the side of the road. Dude, and it's still working? That's awesome. Me too, man. I think he's okay. That's all I can say. Whatever the situation is, I'm sure he's enjoying his time off. You know? But he's eager to get back. Shane says, I am running the LC2I line output converter with my stock radio. I would check for clipping from the LOC to the amp, correct? And set the gains accordingly. Right. Yes, you can check for clipping on the RCAs that are going to, well, an LCO2 line output converter. I would check for clipping from the LOC to amp. Right, and you can even check your speaker wires that are going into the LC2I. You can even test that too and check for clipping. Because if you're clipping there, it's going to clip farther. So you can test at the LC2I, but I feel like, doesn't that have a level control as well? So you kind of want to know if you're clipping earlier in the process of your system. So you could try that. You could do both, but I feel like I would test at the speaker leads that are going into the LC2I. And then you should be good from there, but then go to the amp, same thing. RGA says, I don't normally look folks up, but I looked Kip up. I'm guessing looked up to him. Same here, man. Deviant says, I think at this point it's weird a kicker ain't acknowledging Kip anymore, am I right? You know what? Same. David says, Adir, I'm just catching up. Go big or go home. Dude, I love the Bullfrog 100, man. Thing is awesome. And what's nice about it, yeah, it's the same price as the Down for Sound boombox right now. I mean, whatever. It can fit in your cup holder, has a tripod, it's waterproof. You know, it has its other features. You can hook up a bunch of those together, an app that runs with it. There's all kind of pros and cons with all of them, but that Bullfrog 100 is more convenient for sure. And it's loud. It's loud, man. V13 Audio, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, man. RGA said he accepted my request 2 days ago, but I know nothing beyond that. He doesn't get on Facebook too often, enough to like a post here and there, but, you know, he's not an avid Facebook person like a lot of us are. Bobby B says, Andy, we need to see Kip. Make sure he's breathing. I know, I might just jump on a plane real fast. Hey, Kip. Oh, just checking in. John, thanks for tuning in, man. Just got here from MBE's live stream. Just gave you a shout out on there, so I hope some more people come to hang here. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. That's awesome, man. Thanks for tuning in to both channels, dude. I don't think so. It's like shooting your foot. What's going on, Adam? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Got lots of comments here, guys. Thank you, everyone, tuning in. She says, smash the like, people. Come on, you know the YouTube algorithms. Nah, for real, though, like, every time I go live, at least my actual broadcast, you guys are smashing the like button. We got almost 100% ratio of people liking it, and as I'm seeing, concurrent viewers, so that means I'm doing a good job. So thank you guys and your support. Jose, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. He said, I hit it. Like button activated. Yeah, just keep them in your prayers and thoughts, man. V3 wants to know, hey, John, how did you highlight my name in orange? It's because John is on his computer watching these streams, and when you're on your computer, you can tag people that you are following, and they are following you. Drove me nuts. I'm like, how does Derek always tag me? Because it's on a computer. Can't do it on your phone. Chance Lavin, thanks for tuning in, man. Man, feels good to be back in a car audio. Last time I was into it in 2004, I've been catching up like crazy and learning so much, just getting back into it. About 4 weeks ago, got some Q Class L7s. Well, you're doing it the right way. Good choice of subwoofers. And, you know, that's awesome, man. You know, the difference between now and then with the amount of information that is out there and what we do as YouTubers and podcasters and just everything in between, there's so much information and so many things to learn about it. I'm on the same train, man. You know what I mean? Like 4 or 5 years ago, man, I felt like I just walked into it. No, I just didn't. I didn't go looking for it. So here you are. You came to the right place, and thank you for tuning in. And I hope I can teach you something and everyone else. Dill says, you was pretty close to 3K SPLX on 215 Orions I'm doing this year. 315 Prides. Nice. Nice. My buddy Casey, he just became a Pride dealer, if you ever need anything. On a 17K Crescendo. Ooh! So you're going with 315s, 215 instead of 215s. You're walling that now, right? Please tell me you're walling it. Ricky Stevens, thanks for tuning in. Saw a couple guys recommend this channel from MBE's channel first time. Thanks for tuning in, man. That was probably my buddy John that's on here. Yeah, we do kicker stuff too, but we do all kind of car audio. I hang out 10 o'clock every Friday, and sometimes after the Kicker on Mass show, if you watch that too. So thanks for tuning in, man. Ashley says, Andy, now you got to post the first Down for Sound vid on Patreon. It's on there, actually. No, it's not. I took it off. And I deleted... Did I delete? No, I still have it. I'll send it to you. I might put it on there. I don't want to put it on there for everybody. You know what I mean? Because they're going to be like, what's this? This is terrible. I just watched this. I'll see what I can do, buddy. It's not that bad. It's not that different. It's shorter. And the audio is just like... It was recording because I moved everything around and I didn't plug in the microphone when the camera was hooked up and the computer was on, and the settings for the microphone to record, like how I normally always do, recorded from this microphone here. which is fine. It's not the worst microphone in the world, but when you're talking and you think that you're talking into a mic and testing something here, and it's actually over there, and everything else was just not great, just restart. 25 says, talk to Kip already. He's on the Rockford Fosgate roster. You know what? I heard he's going to JL. Wayne Slane, thanks for tuning in, man. Andy, when El Fuego said that DIY Audio Guy has some good videos, that remind me that there's so many other good channels that don't get the exposure due to things like YouTube algorithms and hobbies, politics. Right. And I feel like YouTube helps out the people, the content creators that are serious about it. Not that you have to post every day, but you have to go in for the long run. It's like a marriage, man. You know, like, you're going to do this YouTube thing, you're going to do it. You're not just going to be here for the weekends and leave. So I feel like it does help in that way. So once you get that growth, it helps with that. It doesn't give you a lot of reach like Facebook does or TikTok. So it does hurt there, but you can use those other social media platforms to help your YouTube channel grow. But you're absolutely right, man. And just like the regular guy, 1987, just found him, you know, and he does car audio. I know there's some other people that are just videotape and flex videos. I could care less. It's the people that are actually talking about car audio, or just, you know, like RGA. He's just sitting there, he's just rambling, but he's talking about car audio. He's talking about life. You know, there's so much content out there, and like you said, can't see it all. Oh, you know what? I'm running that. Rumor has it, Boss Audio is going to do live streams on Tuesday at 7 p.m. with a familiar host. You know what? If that'd be funny if Kip went to Boss. You know, I'm gonna run Boss. You know, might make them an even better company. Who knows? I can't see Kip ever leaving Kicker. John says, for the check the clipping plan, would it be best to check at every single location starting from front to back? Absolutely. Most head units, if you set it, you know, 3/4 volume, you're never going to have a problem. But say you don't. You can figure out where it actually clips. Each head unit's different. So some can go full volume and not even clip. Most don't, though. So yes, you can test from there. Test from the RCAs going to your amplifier. I feel like that's going to be the best, easiest way to do it. And because your speakers can clip up front, but that's not sending a source to your subwoofer. RCAs are. So, absolutely, front to back. Wayne Slane said, Andy, it's the same reason that certain brands get preference over others. Hobby and politics. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, you mean like reach and stuff? What brands in particular are you talking about? Nate Gosser, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, man. How you been? How's that Sundown? Oh, yeah, you sold the Sundown. Just kidding. Damn it. Yeah, the Sundown U15 on a Rockford. No, not Rockford. Rockville. DB2? I don't know. It was like the 2000 watt one or something. Deviant says Andy's next live stream flies to Kip's crib and knocks on a door. Say, we about to pimp your ride. No, literally though. Just Me says, I came over from the MBE. Thanks for telling me. Another one. Thank you for tuning in, man. Do same kind of content. We just, sometimes I do topics, but right now it's just an Ask Me Anything, hang out, chill, read from the comments section, hear about your guys' day, and talk about car audio. That's what we do here. So thanks for tuning in, man. And thanks again, John, for the shout out, man. You got 2-3 people here already. That's awesome. See, there's more than just YouTube algorithms. It's word of mouth, man. Word of mouth is key. And I feel like it helps. It helps. Andrew Sakara, thanks for tuning in, man. What's up, Andy? You going to Slam this year? Probably. like 90% going. Last year was like 75%. Definitely probably going to go. My build should be done for that. Just everything, kit and caboodle, all wires tucked, should be ready. Even if Kicker doesn't go or not, I feel like I'm obligated to go. And whoever's going, I want to see you guys. And you know what? Maybe get some demo footage. You know what I mean? Just meet some people. Adam says, chilling, eating dinner. Welcome. It's actually a time I can watch. Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, you're 2 hours behind me. You're still eating dinner kind of late there, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, though, man. Wayne, what's going on, buddy? Amazing knowledge, Andy. Great stream to watch, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, man. Let me know how those L5s work out for you. What? Adir says 18 people liked and we have 30 people watching. Show some loves. Some of y'all being nebby. Being nebby. That's what my buddy Soda would always say. Y'all being nebby. I'm watching my live stream and you're not even liking it. Come on, man. If you know Soda, you'll laugh. Nebby. I know I was going to have Soda on as a guest on my live podcast, and I don't know what happened to him, man. He's been kind of quiet. He posted a video about being on, like, some TV show in the 90s, and then I haven't seen him since. 4 more peeps, and we did it. Yeah, thank you, everyone, tuning in, staying on the broadcast, just hanging out, hearing what I have to say. Thank you. The Average Guy, 1983. Man, I am loving this car audio community. So many people that think just like me. All of you guys here rock. You know what? That's the whole point of it all, because it is somewhere that we can all come and gather and just talk and hang out. And the social media and like these live streams and podcasts like how we do now, it's something that's never been done before. I feel like, you know, this is awesome where we can all connect. And especially whenever we can all get on, you know, like like how we do with Rob, or like how RGA does it, or how I've done it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's something that's awesome, and it does help. Even with the winter, who cares about the pandemic, whatever's going on? It's cold outside, man. I ain't standing outside by my car that long. You know what I mean? This is nice that we get to do this stuff. At least for me, I'm up in Pittsburgh, PA area, so it's cold. It's cold. I'm not too far behind on the comments, guys, am I? Or am I, like, really far? All right. Yes and a wall. Wow, this is really far behind. Unless you take forever to comment. One of the two. 7:40 p.m. in Los Angeles. You're out by my buddy Troy. Let's see. Let me catch up here for a second. LaKirby, do you eat butt? No. Come on, man. Think I wasn't going to pull up that comment? Think I was scared? Come on, LaKirby. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, man. Let's see here. RGA, you got to pace yourself 2 hours or less. What, with the live streams? He does pretty long live streams. Yes, we're kidding. We're just building a conspiracy theory so people think it's real. But it's not. Ashley says Kip would turn boss out in a year. Absolutely, man. They'd be coming out square too. Here, let me just skip down to the very bottom and then I'll go up to see where I was at. Adam says, hey Andy, heard you but was eating dinner. Welcome, buddy. No problem, man. Thank you. Okay, we're almost caught up. I'm trying. There's a lot of comments here. Delroy Patrice, thanks for tuning in, man. Much love from Granada, GD. I don't know where that is, but it sounds far away. Thank you for tuning in, man. Yeah, if you guys got any questions, we got almost 40 people in the chat, at least on my side, from Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. If you guys got any questions about car audio, drop them, man. That's what we're here for. You get stuck on something, you want an idea on how to build something, or, you know, anything. B13 Audio says, I've seen many of your vids, Andy, but never a live stream. Love how you concentrate on the chat and questions. Thanks, man. You know, I feel like that was one thing that Kicker Unmasked did very well. And I'm like, you know what? I like doing that too. You know, asking questions or answering questions, getting to the bottom of stuff. But absolutely, man. You know, some live streams are good enough to just watch and you don't even have to like have any kind of conversation with who's watching, but I feel like that's the kind of content that I like doing. And I know people have questions and they're always messaging me on Facebook. Now I got this ultimate tool, YouTube, where people can contact me and get some questions answered, and it works, man. But thanks for tuning in, man. And yeah, I go live every Friday at least after the Rolling Thunder at 10 o'clock Eastern Central, and sometimes Tuesday after the Unmasked show if you watch the Kicker Unmasked show. Paul says, Andy show for the win. Thanks, buddy. Just Me says, any Midwest shows scheduled this summer? I would check out Base Wars. If you have Facebook or just basewars.com, I think that's our website. Check there. They have a lot of shows everywhere. Mecca, you can find shows, but then you would just have to go to each state. Mecca. I think that's where you could do that. I don't know. MeccaEvents.com. I think that's what it is. Or just type in Mecca Events on Google to pull you up. And you'll be able to find out what Mecca events are planned in the future in your area. Usually Mecca, they plan ahead the whole year. So, and they should be up almost now. RGA says, I support and respect Andy. You know what? I love that video you sent me, man. That was a real OG kind of move. And I don't think it's cheesy. I think it's real, dude. And you know what? I appreciate you. And I love you like a brother, man. You're awesome. What's up, Nate? B3, R8. Who has a car audio YouTube channel? I think a few of us do here. Deer says, Andy's a cool cat. We need to get him in with RGA. What do you think? You know what? Not doing anything this Sunday night, I don't think. So, if you guys want to do that, let me know. Oh, Fuego says, Andy, what is your idea of relaxing weekend with the family? Wake up, have some breakfast, bacon, eggs, maybe sausage, some toast with some butter. Drink my coffee, relax. Don't have to jump and get in the shower right away. Take a shower. And then maybe go shopping or something, so a little bit easier on Kayla without the kids crawling on her. And then pick up some dinner somewhere, maybe a restaurant, bring it home, eat in the car, whichever we decide, and kick back and watch a movie. Larry says, I know they are trying and good guys, but not Kip 1 and not Kip 2 are not as good hosts as Kip. You know, they do good. I think what it is just, it's not that they're bad. It's just Kip is really good. And I feel like that's half the reason why they kept doing the Unmasked show is because Kip has such a character, like mind and personality, where he's the driving force. He's someone you want to watch and listen to, and he's got jokes, and he's knowledgeable. So it's not like they're bad. Like, they're good, they're knowledgeable. It's like they're funny, you know, they have their jokes, and they run the show like it should be ran. It just, Kip's awesome, man. James Childers, thanks for tuning in. New Patreon as of, I think, last night, buddy. Thank you, man. Good evening, sir. $10 Patreon, too, man. Top list deviant. He's catching up, man. Now, I appreciate all you guys, all my Patreons. Love you guys so much. I really do. It's awesome. And I feel blessed, honestly, to be at this level already. Just subscribers don't mean everything, man. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's the real proof in the pudding is what matters. Adir says, you're not far away from me. I'm in Harrisburg. I guess Harrisburg? Yeah, you're about 3-4 hours away from me. That's awesome, man. I'm actually having a show. It's like midway between Harrisburg and Pittsburgh, by Altoona-ish. It's called Rockin' with Russ. They don't have an event on Facebook yet, but I'll let you know, man. You'll have to come out to that. It's their show. They have Mecha there, and well, they did have NADBL, but they want to have the Team SP Loud because they love the Team SP Loud being there, because the Mecha, they don't care. They don't care. They just want, you know, your score, you run, you're done, next. I'm there like, hey, okay, let's find your peak. Oh, wait, you never meet her before? Let me show you how to hook it up. Here's how to do this. Here's how to do that. It's like a test and tune, and we got trophies, and it's cheaper, so it's fun. So absolutely, man, that's why I'm going to be there. And I'm part of TBO too, Team Base Outlaws, the PA chapter. So I was like, you sure it's okay? Because I run Team SP Loud, but it's not really like a team. You know what I mean? It's just a car show that's stereos. You know, like, oh yeah, it's fine. So they're cool guys, man. Oh, let's see. Wow, we got a lot of comments. Holy moly. Andy, brand preference. Like, I know the Kicker is still quality brand, but there's channels that only pushing the high price, overpriced boutique brands claiming their superiority when most is marketing. Absolutely, man. You know, I feel like you got to look at something like this. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If you're paying a lot for something, you should be getting a lot back, but it depends what you want back in your return for the money that you paid. So if you don't need something to come with it, you're paying for something that you don't even need. And you can go cheaper elsewhere, and that's why there's other products out there with, like, you know, just for what you need, and that's all you want. Boom, there you go. It's cheaper, or it's more powerful, or it's this and that, whatever aspect you need, depending what you're talking about with any product, man. It goes the same thing with cars too, or just anything in life. But absolutely, man, you know, but that's marketing. That's marketing. It's not a new build. It's just refurbishing Cookie Monster. I had some water damage, just put it that way. But thank goodness it wasn't as bad as I thought. It was just literally the bottom, and it's literally just not bad at all. But I'm going to, because my score went down. Turns out my middle of the box wasn't, half of the screws were broken. And I tried not rebaffling it, but putting in a better brace in the middle, like a jack stand to tighten it up. It helped, but those sides are leaking. So I'm rebaffling the whole top. She's naked right now, but she'll be back together. Look, she won't look any different. It'll be the same box. Wayne says, have you tested L5s? If so, how did they do? Can't decide to keep it or sell my Type R. I got an L5 right now in Kayla's car. They're awesome, dude. It's a 15. You have the 12s. You're going to need more power than that ZX300 on two of those, but it'll get you by. The Type R 15 is an awesome sub. I would never get rid of it if I were you. But the 12 L5s, you know, if you do it right, you could be louder. You could definitely be louder. John on Twitch. Hey, John, that's the same John. What's going on, bud? Here, I have your live stream pulled up on Twitch too, muted to get another view. Trying to find you on Facebook too, but I don't see you. Check me out, Andy McGill. That's awesome, dude. I know he fell. He fell. Cookie Monster does not want to share the screen with Blastoise. He's down here somewhere. I was moving everything around. I got the Bullfrog 400 on a tripod. Looks like it's just floating. Doing a lot of stuff here. Brian says, my shop lion likes your live stream, Andy. She's curled up and chills. She's normal, is all up my stuff causing... normally up... I can't. That's awesome. Well, it's probably the background music, because if you listen to it, it puts you in that chill mode. So maybe that's why. Jose says, you do a lot of interacting. Thank you, man. That's what I try to do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can't do that when I have a guest on, because I want to talk to the guest and interact with you guys. But that's why I love doing the one-on-one. So I can get your guys' questions and answers and just kick back, have a good time. We like car audio. What else is there better to do on a Friday night except go to the bar? That's not a good idea. Wayne says, most of those boutique brands are cookie cutter, don't do R&D, use the same build house components, but use savvy marketing like Sundown underrating their amps or DC, creating ideas. I don't even want to get into that subject, honestly, but every product has its place. Yes, there can be cookie cutter products compared to others that are, there's more R&D in kickers, any equipment that they have compared to some other brands. But that's why you pay more. So it's a good thing that they're there. That's like saying, oh, we need to get rid of all these Dollar Generals. They're more expensive than Walmart. Well, guess what happens if you get rid of Dollar General? Walmart's prices are going to go up because it's going to be a monopoly. You need to have competition. You absolutely do. And it's a good thing that they are there for a reason. And it makes us value more R&D heavily, whatever you want to call it, products. That was a hard way to answer that. Ashley, Andy, if you could only have one subwoofer for the rest of your life, which one would it be and why? I already have it, man. I already have it. Literally. James Chowders, can't wait to get up your way with the pig pen. Absolutely, man. That'll be cool. What's all in that pig pen, by the way? Tell me what you got. I remember, but I forget. Yeah, I've always wanted the Solo X, and I didn't have such a connection to it as I do now, obviously, or even 5-10 years ago. But it's just, it created my story, and it's like, even if they would make a new 18, I'm not going to love it as much as this one, no matter if it's better. This is the 18 that I love. And it's my Kicker Solo X, dude. MechaCarAudio.com. That's it. Thank you, Bobby. Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Deviant, you just asked the same question that Ashley did. Andy, if you could have the subwoofer for the rest of your life, which would it be and why? Yes. Andrew says, man, I think it would be cool for a show with you, Hi-Fi, and EXO. I love Hi-Fi. We have great chemistry. He's my freaking brother from another mother. And EXO is awesome. I met him once. Talked to him for a couple minutes, you know what I mean? Actually had a conversation and not like mid-demo or anything. Awesome dude. But he doesn't do live streaming. He really doesn't. John says, did you see Mead's video on line level converters? I still need to watch that. I'll probably watch that after this. He compared 3 of them showing how some basically throw distortion out like every level. I love to see someone make a video comparing a bunch to show a good one versus a bad one. I could do that. I have a cheap Walmart LOC that I've had forever. It's in Kayla's car that needs to come out, and I think it went bad. Because it's sending voltage to the amplifier when the car's off. It's just, it's all messed up. I had to unhook her system because her system was literally going woo, woo, woo. Like, and I was like, what the heck is that noise? Freaking sub moving. I popped the trunk open, it stops doing it. I whacked the freaking sub. It goes woo, and goes away. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? Look at the amp. The amp's on. The car's off. There's nothing going on. So it's either the line out converter that went bad, or it could be something with the amp, but I doubt it. I gotta tear it all apart, see what's going on. I'm gonna test the amp first, so I don't have to pull out the whole door panel. I just haven't had time to get to it. But yeah, dude, I want to test that versus like the key. Key is like the perfect line out converter, and I have the Kiss Lock too. Kiss Lock, yeah, Kiss Lock, which is just the Kissel line out converter that is just that. It's not the key or the. God, I get so confused. Key lock, Kiss Lock. I have the key lock and the Kiss Lock. The Kiss Lock. Shit. There's so many. I get confused. But I have both of them. And the Walmart one. So I feel like, right. The line out converters, the cheap ones, they have sometimes a low off roll off. Or a low roll off. For lower frequencies, it just naturally gets rid of it. And puts out garbage to the amp. So absolutely, I can believe it. But you know what I mean? Again, how much are you paying for the converter? $20. You want to put 2 kickers in your car and run down the road. You're banging for $150 compared to, buying top end converter, a nice line out converter for $100. And then, it all depends how much you want to pay to play. And then, the consequences of not paying more than you should. Going too cheap. If anyone knows about being cheap, it's me. Okay, there's a borderline of how cheap you go. You don't go below that line. There's a line there. Andy's weekend off, catching up with Deviant's vids on his YouTube channel. You know what? I'm going to have to check that out. John Myers is an awesome dude, man. You know, and he's full of knowledge, man. Full of it. Full of knowledge. And his car, his Mustang, is beautiful. Totally SQ vehicle. And it's beautiful while being beautifully sounding. Absolutely, dude. Ooh. SJC, dude, Kip is a million times better than anything Rockford has put out. I fell asleep during 2-hour videos. I didn't know Rockford Fosgate had a live. I know Crutchfield does and JL. I've talked to the JL guys. They've thrown out my comments. I try to give them content to talk about. They go live, I think, Thursday at 4. They're not bad. Little techie, little sound quality. I did ask him one question, though. I was like, hey, you guys coming out with any bigger subwoofers? Like, bigger drivers, I said. And they were like, oh, not really. You know, like, we're always planning on something. I'm like, okay, good. So there's no competition, at least on that end, for the L7X. Great. That's nice to know. I wish they would go live on their YouTube. They don't. They repost it after, but they just stream on their Facebook. So they'd see, like, Living Loud, you know. Who's this guy? Just Andy. Choke Change, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. Andy, do you have a plan to have a super capacity bank? Super cap bank. Any details like brand and capacity and why? I mean, once I start clamping amps that are bigger than what I can clamp now, which I can clamp about 1500 watts, you know, without dropping any kind of voltage. And that's mainly because of my resistive load restrictions, or reactive load, should I say. Vega did send me 4 100 watt resistive load banks. So I want to try those out, wire them up, clean up, build like a little board to put them on and stuff like that. Try that. But if I had the biggest reactive load, I could test. Shoot, man, I mean, at 14.4 volts, about 1800 watts, not much more than I can test, because the voltage is going to drop. But I could test 4,000 or 5,000 watts up in my bedroom, but it's not going to be at 14 or 13 volts. It's probably going to drop down to 12. If you have super capacity banks, you can get a higher voltage, and that helps when the voltage drops. That'd be nice down the road for sure, dude. Absolutely. I like those XS ones. Those are nice. Ricky Stevens, thanks for tuning in, man. Man, we got a lot of comments. I'm trying to keep up. Your opinion on this build. 2018 Ford Taurus, 280 amp Singer alternator with voltage regulator, limitless lithium battery, delete up front, 2 100 amp hour in the back, DD, DSI, 3DD audio, M8000, Kicker KS. Yeah, that's a lot. Sounds like your electrical's on par. Everything's good. Now, the DD M8000, is that 3 of them or just one of those? But either way, dude, it sounds like you got a awesome system, dude. And Kicker KS, I'm guessing like your KS coaxials up front or wherever. That's awesome, dude. I like it. Opinion on it? I mean, you got everything. You got everything you need, man. You got your alternator, which is nice. Stinger's nice. Lithium battery. You got your delete, so you don't have to worry about voltage irregularities. And DD's a great brand, man. Say what you want. Series, mids and highs, 2DD, audio 9912Bs. Okay, so I don't know their exact series and stuff like that. I know the 9900s and stuff like that. That sounds like a lot of power you got. Those 12s, right? 12s on an 8001 amp. Is that what you got going there? The average guy says, I got a channel on JL Audio Gear. I'm familiar with their DSP and run their C7s in my Ford Flex. My main focus will be fabricating and running wire, etc. Awesome. Yeah, I was going to say, what kind of content are you going to do next? I've seen you do a lot with the C7s and stuff like that, and just like installation stuff. So that's going to be your main focus, on just fabricating like enclosures and stuff, and then running the wires and making it look clean. John says, where is the closest you come to Rochester, New York? And I'd love to catch you at a show. I mean, shows, I go to Slamology and around here really because I have my own car audio show here. Usually like once or twice a month, give or take. Team SP Loud. I travel towards that way, not Rochester. I think my uncle lives out there, Uncle John. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we'll have to meet up, man, for sure. Ashley says, yeah, John knows his shit just as well as Kip does. Absolutely. Adir says, oh, heck yeah, if the wind blows me that way, I'll check it out. Yeah, go check out the Average Guy's channel, man. He puts up good content, dude. Does. Maybe we'll have to have him on here one of these times, too. Right. Ashley says, just like Kip, John would loosen up after a few shows. Right. And he has. They have. You know what I mean? And it's not like they do this stuff. If you go to the Kicker YouTube channel, go back like 6 years, 5-6 years, you know, they're both on camera. Or at least John is. I think Ken was on once or twice. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me. But obviously Aaron and John and everyone else, they've been doing this stuff for a long time too. Kip's just Kip. Let's see here. Let me catch up to the... Okay. Andrew says, Andy, C-Max or Ultra Caps? I've seen good results on C-Max, but you know what? From everything I know with compression and lithium, I'd rather go with the stuff that's not going to blow up my face just in case. You know, I know you can run it. Won't have a problem. But there's a reason why I went with the JYHP40 pre-built lithium. I don't know enough about it yet to put it to its extreme measures, and you don't want to do that to any lithium battery. Wow, we got a lot of comments here, guys. Oh my goodness. You guys are nuts. Holy moly. I'm so far behind. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Why am I so far behind? Holy moly. Okay. Now I'm caught up. Give me a second, guys. El Fuego says, a naked Cookie Monster is bad programming for Sesame Street. Yeah, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. Paul, you're probably gone by now, but good night, buddy. Thank you for tuning in, man. I'll see you next time. My name, SJC. V3, I'm writing down YouTube channels. Who else you got to check out? Robert Hi-Fi Vega, Derek Williston. You already got the DIY audio guy. You got Toys DIY audio. You got Steve Mead. You got EXO. You got Car Audio Fab. You got Dean with 5-Star Car Audio. You got, man, there's so many. Derek, or not Derek, Parker, Basshead. I forget what he changed his YouTube name to. And who else? Well, MBE, we know MBE. There's Face Kicker, he does amp dynos. There's Hi-Fi Vector, he does amp dynos, brand new. Trying to think, who else? Mazda 2828, I think that's his YouTube name. I don't think he does content anymore currently, though. There's a lot. All right, let me scroll up. Larry says, loved your woofer orientation video. If you ran 2 QB8s in a small hatch, how would you face them? QB8s are awesome, man. I never had a pair of them, but it's a passive radiator tube enclosure. So I feel like with the subwoofer on one side and the passive radiator on the back, put it sideways. Because if you have it front and back, you're only going to be... It'd be like if you had a subwoofer in your car in a box and you had your sub firing forward and your port back. Yes, that works for SPL in some cases, most cases, but for your average listening, it's not going to load very well. I'd put it maybe sideways, literally sideways, like the sub part firing one way and then the passive radiator firing the other way. You're going to have the best equal sound. Just me, Kicker isn't the only company audio company that does research and development. No, not at all, man. JL, Rockford, Fosgate, Sundown. Shoot, a lot of them do, man. They have to. They have to. I think he's talking more about the person that buys a brand name, you know, gets an LLC, designs a logo, goes to Alibaba or whatever, and then sticks their name on it, picks some parts that work together. Because he went on the internet, it's called research, and then they built it, and there's your development. Nah. Competition is good for the consumer. Why do I feel like I'm so far behind in the comments? There's no way. I missed all these. StreamYard is not good for that. Deviant says, Living Loud Andy merch is available. Check the link, including nipple tassels and beads. Oh, that's a good one. I didn't know. Yeah, Deviant actually uploads new merchandise for my Patreon. No, for my merchandise store. Whatever he wants, he makes it. Let's see here. RG says, anyone with a channel, just drop a link somewhere on mine. Easier to find you that way. I'm lazy. Absolutely. Thank you, Deviant. Another epic stream. I'm trying, buddy. The Average Guy 1983 says, hey Andy, that response from JL Audio is exactly why I'm planning on going with 2 Kicker L7 Solo X subs. Back in 2008, I was running 2 12-inch Solo Barrick L7s in a factory ported box. It was awesome. Right, JL Audio has their niche, man. You know what I mean? They have their spot. And Kicker ain't going to step on it in that way. They're not. But, I mean, I don't see JL jumping out of their spot either, you know what I mean, to go for the SPL. They have the W7, but you look at the W7, it's not really designed for SPL. It's more of a sound quality, power handling monster. W6 is more in tune for SPL and stuff. So, I mean, it's not like you can't run both brands, you know? Got to get on that Team Kicker, bro. I know you're lurking. Being nebby. He's being nebby. He wants to join Kicker. Yeah. Nah, I appreciate you tuning in, man. You know? Appreciate it. Deviant says, Andy knows it gets no better than 14.4 volts. Exactly. Don't need that high voltage. Vega, those little resistors can handle 300 watts peak each. So if you wire series parallel, you can probably do 1500 watts. Now, what happens if it starts melting my test bench? Do I just stop it? Will it be okay? Is it like a coil? Is it going to keep burning? Or is it just going to... Did you ever have one blow up on you? I haven't looked up any YouTube videos on it. I wasn't going to... See, that's the kind of person I am. I was going to put under 100 watts on each one of them. You know, I don't want to push it. That's pretty crazy. Ohio generator for the win, bro. Yeah, if you guys need an Ohio generator alternator, I can get you like 15% off. Just talk to me. James loves his C-Max. I mean, I've seen it in the lanes, man. It does good. It's very high energy density stuff. John K here. I have tapped into the multiverse. Found you on Facebook too. What's up, Facebook chat? Nice to meet you. He's on everything. YouTube, TikTok, or I wish TikTok, Twitch, and Facebook. He's everywhere. That'd be cool if you could stream on TikTok like you can, but not on StreamYard yet. Joke Chain says, thanks, Andy. Sorry, I thought you had your JY Power HP40 installed and your Super Cap Bank installed with those. No, I don't have a Super Cap Bank. I just literally run the JY HP40. Voltage doesn't even... It's not like the voltage is going to drag. I mean, it's a low voltage battery type lithium anyway. So, like, whenever there's, like, a full load on it, it's going to drop down to 13.4 volts. Once it goes below that, that means you're dipping into, like, the actual what the battery can do. That's when your voltage drops. It doesn't have a resting voltage at 14.4 volts. That's why you get higher lithium. So, the resting voltage is different than max voltage. The main thing is you don't even need the battery. The power supply. That's what keeps your voltage there. The battery does some buffering and keeps it there in a way a little bit, but not really. It's the power supply. The power supply is the most important thing. Power supply is rated for 100 amps of current. Guess what? How many watts you're getting at 14.4 volts? 1,440 watts. That's it. That's 100% efficiency. So if your amp ain't 100% efficient, you ain't going to be able to clamp any more power without that voltage dropping with that power supply. You add a battery to it, guess what? It's going to drop anyway. It's literally going to drop because you don't have enough input power to keep that voltage higher than the resting voltage of the battery, period. Sorry. Hi, Mom. Love you. Thanks for tuning in. Deviant Andy comment. You're welcome. Literally. Hey, Bran. Yeah, let me know what time you guys are coming over tomorrow. Hi, Mom. Matt Stark says super caps definitely help out with bigger amp tests. I have 4 banks right so that you can get that 14.4 volt reading or just have whatever voltage, because capacitors don't have a set voltage. I mean, they do in a way, but it's not like a battery. So, and they can give that instantaneous power. That's why, like, they would tell you at Best Buy, use this farad capacitor to stop your voltage drop. They work, but not how you think. You need a lot more farads than just one to make a difference. Literally, those kind of capacitors, they help filter voltage. You know, more than anything, they're not helping. But again, you need that input power. Otherwise, your batteries will deplete. It's all about input power. But amp dynos, you're not demoing for two minutes. You're doing and that's it. So you don't need a huge power supply to keep it there long if you have higher voltage batteries. The voltage sags, the capacitors, they release their energy, they're okay. They keep the voltage there until they get depleted. And they'll get depleted, then they're pulling off the battery, then the battery's pulling off the power supply don't got nothing else, the voltage drops. Period. I know, Nate. Dude, that's what I was telling Kayla, man. I need a haircut, man. This thing's looking a little poofy. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Nate Brink, this is the guy I got the Solo X off of, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. How you been? SJC audio guy, Jacob Viral. I forgot about Jacob Viral, but I'm not a huge fan on just demo videos. They kind of bore me, but it's fun to watch here and there. John, literally a Facebook mom. Haha, welcome to the show. My mom has helped me out so much when I was a kid and getting into car audio, man. She's my mom. Come on. Come on, man. Wayne says, would you ever think of starting your own brand of subwoofer and accessories? You know what? Yes and no, but no. Morally, no. Yes, for a gimmick and just cuz. But not like research and develop and design my own thing. That would be cool to do, but I don't know enough about that. But it's crossed my ideas, you know, like I should just make like a cheap 12-inch square sub and not be a kicker and just be, you know, some Living Loud with Andy subwoofer or something. Make it sound better than that. That'd be cool. Hi, Mara. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see here. Got lots of comments, man. We still got Vega up in here. They'll explode if you go too hard on them. See, I don't want them exploding in my face. My extinguisher, I don't even know where my extinguisher is. It's probably in my car, not in the house. 25 says, I'll hold you to that, Andy. The Ohio generator, 15%. Absolutely, dude. I guess you could say I'm a sponsor of theirs or affiliate, whatever. They hooked me up on an alternator, bro. And I sent maybe 7 or 8 people to them already. You know, it's not like everyone buys an alternator every week. Paul Cortez. I don't know that language, but again, thank you for tuning in. you like car audio, smash that thumbs button. Bobby B says the water boy, mama says bass is the devil. Andy is killing me right now. I have so many timestamps to put in comments. It's all about that amperage. Absolutely, man. No, but I added him on Facebook. Forget his name. The guy from Russia that owns SPL Lab. No, not yet. I'm not cool enough. Robot Underground is the only channel I have subbed from. Unsubbed. Oh, the only channel that you unsubbed. Yeah, that happens when you do some controversial stuff with some people that, you know, they ain't trying to pick a fight with you. But, you know what? It's good for the YouTube algorithm. And get your point across. Right. Right. It's a different following, man. Absolutely. Not everyone's going to like you, dude. I literally lost a subscriber today. Okay. I check my subscribers. And I was driving home from Tony's. And I'm like, 1,690 subscribers. I had 1,691 subscribers. I lost one. Maybe it was a bot, because that happens. And I was going checking out on the Down for Sound video, and I'm looking at the retention, you know, the analytics and stuff. Because subscribers literally put -1. I'm like, wow. Literally, I know it wasn't the video being that bad. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. Maybe they just don't like me doing boombox content. Or they just don't like Down for Sound. Which I'm gonna take a guess it's on that one. So it's fine. You know, that's what happens, bro. You pick your team, man. Not everybody likes the Steelers. I'm waiting for the Cowboys and the Patriots and everyone else to come in here and say we suck, you know? You gotta pick your team. Nate, I love you, buddy. Been good. I want my sub back. Man, even if I gave it back to you, they'd be like, isn't that Andy McGill's sub? Like, shit, man. I love it, man. You know, I actually doing some work on it right now. Not the sub. The sub's good. This one is actually yours. This cone right here. This is yours. This one's newer, and the other one's the newest. But yeah, that one's yours. It's cooked. They told me it was breaking in. No, that was my resin melting off of the woofer. And yeah, she's done. So I was gonna fix it, but it's like, you know, it was my first Solo X. You had kicker before I even had kicker, dude. Before the Solo X, you had those L5s and L7s, dude. So I was gonna fix it, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to. I want to keep it how it was and move on to the next and just, you know, cherish the moment. Nate, you need to pick up some of the L7Xs when they come out, bro. At least one of them. You'll like it. Mike Craner, what is going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Samuel Seal. That's a tongue twister. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in, man. How far back in the comments is he? Really far, it seems like. Ain't leaving, recommending the YouTube channel. Choke change. Andy, you're the best for answers. What are your thoughts on servo subs like the Phoenix Gold Cyclone? I always wanted one. Put it in the basement. You know, you use your basement as the enclosure. I always thought they were so cool. Because that's just like the little fan. It goes like real fast, but it's slow because it's, you know, very low frequencies and stuff. I always wanted to get my hands on one. I've seen it online and pictures and stuff like that. I think they're awesome, dude. I heard they break pretty easily, though. I know. They gave me like a 10% discount when I bought the second one, but that was about it. Andy, it's the Walmart content. You know what? Probably right. I don't like them Walmart subs, man. Average guy says, haha, I'm at 978 subscribers, and I lost 2 of them, and I have no idea if I did anything wrong or if it was a bot. Right, you know, that's why you can't really focus on subscribers, you know. Look at your views and how long they're watching, man. Because subscribers are nice and all, but it's like, there's some people that have more subscribers than me, and it's like, or just whatever, more friends on Facebook, and it's like, maybe Facebook is kind of like a more accurate thing than YouTube, but not everyone has Facebook. More Facebook friends you have, you got 5,000 plus, you're probably pretty popular, or you're a bot. So again, it goes back to the bot. Yeah, she's fried, buddy. But that was back in 2017, March 25th or something like that. That went, and then I picked up this one here. This is actually number 3. That was number 1. Number 2 I had for 2 weeks. I bought it used. Junk. Dude sold me this sub that had these, like, jerry-rigged leads that went from the terminals to the speaker coil. And he's like, oh yeah, I fix it. I do subwoofers all the time. Shipped it literally from Mississippi, okay? I got it for like $150. 50 for shipping, $200 wasn't bad. Cheaper than $350 for that. So I got it, and then he sent it to me, and I tried it, and it worked. And then one day, like, I literally like broke it in, because it was like, you know, you could tell it was brand new-ish. And I gave it the beans, and then like maybe a day later, I started the car, I'm playing it, and then it goes like brr, 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 and then it's like half bass, and I'm like turning the bass up. It's not getting any louder. Pull over, unhook the speaker wires, test the box. Stuck at 2 ohms. I'm like, are you kidding me? It was a dual. It was a dual 2. It was a dual 2 wired to 1. So I'm like, ah, great. Pulled it out. Yep, came undone. I tried fixing it myself. There's no way. Trying to fit your hand and solder in between that coil. You got to take that whole thing apart. My buddy Seth knows how to do that. I didn't. So I made a big old deal. I'm like, dude, this is junk. This is bull crap. And sent it back to him. I just had to pay shipping there and back. Got my money back. And then I called Kicker. Called like the 1-800 number. Called them. And I was asking, like, hey, do you guys have any Solo X's, like spares? I don't know. Hold on a second. Put me on with someone else. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for Solo X 18. I need a dual 2 or dual 4, whatever you got. I don't care. I just need it if you have it. He was like, I don't think we carry those anymore, but let me go check. I don't see anything on the system. Let me go check. I'll go look downstairs. 5 minutes comes back. He's like, how many do you need? What, dual 4 or dual 2? I'm like, just one. A dual 2 is fine. He's like, okay, I'll be $350 shipped to your door. It'll be there in about 2 weeks. I just need your credit card information, and we'll send it to you. I'm like, okay, awesome. That's great. And I was not the last person who bought one. Travis bought the last remaining 4, so there was at least, 4 or maybe more, 5 or more there, but not many. So got that, and that's the one that's signed, because I got to give Steve Irby a demo with that one, and that's why that's signed, and that's why that one is not being played. And I have another one that Travis sent me, because the following year after Steve Irby heard this one, the tinsel lead snapped. This one works. Have that repaired and the other one repaired so that it's like upgraded, so it can play 14 hertz all day, won't break. Because that's what I was running into. These subs were not meant to play 14 hertz in the way I kind of do, so. But Travis sent me that one after I blew it up at Slamology. The first year I go with Cookie Monster Slamology. After 5 hours of demo, I break the lead, and he was like, oh, dude, I'll just send you one. So he sent me one, and that's the one that's in the car right now. Long story. Let's just catch up with a comment. Let's see. Awesome. Well, I'm pretty caught up. Not really at all, but okay. I'm hoping this spring, man. The Solo XL 7X should be out this spring, which is right around the corner. I'm thinking early June. Do D-Man says, just me, the JP hate is crazy. Dude gives his coffee house $100 each as a tip at Xmas Down Earth. Right, and I feel like what it comes down to is jealousy. Period. Jealousy, and maybe you just don't like how the person acts. And there's that, you know, and I knew that walking in. I was actually approached by another company, too, to be an affiliate just the same. And I'm like, you know, I like both you guys. But I've known Down for Sound longer, and it's just, you know, I feel like there's more people I can connect to that are beginner bass heads and then some that will like this company as a whole. And I you know, I've had communications with him in that. I've won things on his show. I do hate how every Facebook group is bombarded with Down for Sound posts, but I would love to see his analytics. I bet you they're off the roof. Deviant. Bobby B says, Andy, you look at your local pawn shop for kicker gear. There's a pawn shop right across the stereo shop. Whenever I have, you know, those man moments, whenever, you know, you're out shopping, wife thinks you're out at Walmart and you have, you know, 15 minutes to kill. Yeah, of course. Obviously, yes. And it's right there. Not very much, though. Mostly Goodwill. I like Goodwill, but they don't have too many kicker gears. Not at all. But they have some cool stuff. Pawn shops, they're out to make money, man. Cash me outside. How about that? Mike Craner, I have a Solo X and in need of a recone. So you just need a new coil, huh? Message me, dude. I'll my buddy fix it. And you can just send it to him. Larry says, what would be the best place to get an Audio Frog sub? I already contacted Andy at Audio Frog and they don't repair them. I bought it cheap. What's an Audio Frog? I've heard of a Bill Frog and Andy at Audio Frog. I don't know. Choke Change says, thanks, Andy. By the way, in a recent kicker preview, I thought there was a Solo X update coming. Do you know anything recent as far as an update? If you don't see it on the Unmasked show, or if you missed an Unmasked show, usually I post anything from Kicker Unmasked that is L7X related. Come on, I do it. I just reshare their stuff on this channel, so you'll see it here. They haven't. I think the last time they literally did was the L7X demos of them in the enclosure. I feel like I just they're waiting on all their ducks to be in a line, and as soon as they're in a line, they're just gonna drop it, and then it'll be out. I don't know. Yeah, because people told me, oh yeah, man, that's just your resin. That's just your resin, or not your resin. That's just your sub breaking in. That's the resin just warming up because you never put power to it. No, it's because I ran it on a Shark 3500 and clipped the poop out of it. That's what happened. Send them both. He'll get them fixed, dude. Ashley says, living loud with Andy pre-rolls. Heck yeah. Troy! What's going on, Mr. Underwood? Where the Alpines at, though? Trying to catch up a little bit here. Blake Nation, what's going on, buddy? Need to put a bigger amp on that thing. You're barely tickling it. You'd be scared to blow it up running more power. Honestly, I'm maxed. Solo X in my enclosure or anything, you know, relatively close to it. That's it. 2500 watts, continuous. That's what she can take. It's a 3.5-inch coil, man. That's it. You could put more, but you're not going to be able to demo long. I have literally a thermometer up its butt, up the freaking porthole, and I can see it real time. I'm playing clean. I'm clamping 1900 2K, and I just see that temperature rising. It's not going like crazy hot. I go and touch the sub. It's not even like warm, but the motor's getting hot. it's trying to dissipate that heat. So it's like, you're getting close to what the subwoofer can handle. And I've had it hot too, man. I have. Nate says, start your own speaker and call it Mag for McGill. The Mag. Mag. Absolutely, Mike. Yeah, dude. Seth Duffy's my dude, man. I won't let anyone else touch my Solo X. He literally tore both of them apart to fix them. I've done it too. I've not repaired them, but I've taken kicker comps and L7s apart to make clocks out of them. They're hard, man. They are not built to be pulled apart. Kicker uses some awesome glue, man. Andy Weimer at Audio Frog, they make high-end SQ gear. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's not my department, and I haven't heard of them, unfortunately. I'm sorry, man. Troy says Audio Frog is an SQ brand. Let's see, yep, not SQ. Far as I go with SQ is Focal and JL, man. Blake says, I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of L7Xs sold. We're going to see Kicker everywhere it shows. Absolutely, man. You know what I mean? It's going to be competitive pricing to, other stuff that's 2,000 RMS. Like the Sundown ZV5, ZV6, Scar, VVX, or whatever the biggest Scar is. Stuff that, quote, same price, power handling. I don't even know about that because I think the Scars, their biggest power handling sub is only a 3-inch coil. I don't even think they have 4-inch coils. If they do, quote me. I don't think they do. And if they, I don't know. I don't think they do. I think 3.5 is like their biggest. Oh, I'm caught up on the comments. Are you kidding me? Oh, it took an hour and 45 minutes, but I did it. I know. Where's Third Air at, man? He fell off the face of the earth. Fell off the face of the earth. Chance Lavin, what would be the best way to get your hands on an L7X when they drop? Think they will be limited or hard to get? Crutchfield. Look there first. They're going to take care of their third-party dealers first. Then they, like they say with all their products, then they stock their warehouse. Now, because it's the L7X and it's been so long, they might do something special for the people that have been waiting. Who knows? Who knows? So the possibility is out there of maybe a pre-order, or not a pre-order, but a waiting list of something, and you would be able to get something. But they want to give their distributors that too, so that they can hand it to the customer. But obviously, dude, there's been a lot of people asking about this product, the L7X. So I'm sure they'll do something. It's Kicker, man. Guys got to have faith. Living Loud with Andy, disposable straws now available. Kip is approaching third era level. I know. Good luck, Chance Levin. Going to be a race to get. Yeah, it's going to be like the finding the golden ticket. No. No. John says, Andy, do they have TS specs posted for the L7X posted anywhere? If not, have you seen them? I have seen them. They have not posted them anywhere, and they're not official TS specs. Just the regular for the 12. They look nice. What you would expect from Kicker, and then some, and then different in other ways too. Not a bad driver, man. And those aren't even final TS specs. I don't even know if that was, because they've done some changes to it. They've done some changes. I don't know if I can say this, but the surround was originally foam, and they changed it to rubber. So that was one change. It couldn't handle that much flex. It's got, what, 31, 33 centimeters of travel. Yeah, Jeffy, I'm going to wind it down here soon. We got 36 people hanging in here, so obviously everyone's having a good time, and the people that are here are staying. So, yes, we are live. Blake Nation says, yeah, I got 2 ZVX12s on a JP23, and they get a little smelly after about an hour. Just a little bit of clip, but you got a nice amp there, man. You got a lot of power. Switching to 2 ZVXV3s on Assault 6, though. Ooh. Better than a golden ticket, you say? Well, that'd be great. Really waiting for them L7Xs, you know? RGA says, I count as half a person, Andy. Half. Half home. Jeffy says, go to the auto show and ride in a Mustang Mach-E, and you get a free $10 Starbucks card. What? Come on, man. Andy, they're only here for the dynamic duo, not you. So you know what? That's the absolute truth. And it's, you know, that's why I have a hard time falling asleep at night. But I know that I got your guys' support, you know, and you're not going to tell anyone, right? Thanks, man. Wayne says, gotta stay, learning a lot, just watching. That's what I stay. That's why I stay. Appreciate you, man. You know, I've known Wayne for years, man. Local guy here and friend of mine. He just picked up two Kicker L5 12s, and they're the L5 2005 series, or 6, and the Kicker ZX 300.1. Traded it for some rims he was just trying to get rid of. And they came with 2 boxes, one a Kicker prefab and one like a custom, I think it's S/O box. I forget what that stands for, but it's like some prefab company that makes boxes. So it's not a bad deal. I told him, you know, throw them in together in one box, put them in like a nice custom box. Nothing crazy, just a piece of wood, you know, make it custom, something like that. And you could throw it on that amp or throw a bigger amp or whatever you have in your current system, because he has an Alpine Type R15. I said those two L5 12s might outdo that Type R15 if done right, man, for sure. Not hating on the Alpine Type Rs. I know Troy's in here. I'm not, you know, I love my Alpine Type Rs, man. I had my 10s, and that's how I got the Solo X off of Nate over there. I traded him pretty much the 2 10s and the L7 12. And a few other things, but I could still slap you, Nate, but you know what? I could hug you too. Deviant says, Andy is legit. You sheet. Throw him a clown in the chat. Thanks, buddy. He meant RMS, not rims. Throw some D's on that. Any resistance, I'm up in smoke. You got a Type R10? Yeah, you got that black one. Didn't I have to put some E6000 on that or something like that? What are you sending me, Mike? I know you're 2 Kicker CVRs 2006, looks like. It's nice. Thanks, RGA. That's what we're here for. Just to kick back, relax, talk about car audio, and I don't know, stay out of trouble. Yeah, buddy. So that's holding up. That E6000 for the win, though, man. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. SO stands for Sound Ordnance. That's it. They've been around a while. That's it. Thank you, man. Clowning. Just put those in today and they still pound. I could try to screen share that. I don't know how well it's going to go. Oh, you know what? How am I going to do that? No. These ones here. Can I do that? And then share screen, window, messenger, share. Okay. And then I can click this right. Is that going to let me... Oh, wow, I don't like that. That won't show me too well at all. No, it's not going to let me do that. Darn, I wish there was a better way. If I could just save it. Slides. Oh, wow. Okay, whatever. I'll have to throw that up next time or something. I got it's tough. This computer. Yeah, Mike's sending me stuff on Facebook, not Twitter. Deer says, if you're trying to stay out of trouble, do come this town. Don't. All right, well, if you guys got any last questions for me, I'm probably going to sign out here in a few. Just while everyone's here so we can say goodbye and watch the outro video that's so amazing. No. But just, just end it. And of course, I might be live with RGA on Monday, and then maybe live on Tuesday after the Unmasked show. I need to get on the Unmasked show. I really do. Thank you, El Fuego. How's the move going? Choke change. Hey, Andy, do you have any signal processors in your install? Do you have an Epicenter? The new Epicenter Micro looks really good. Man, if you would see my system, I'm basic. Head unit, Kenwood. An amplifier power my mids and highs. Kicker KS 6x9s in the doors. Kicker KS 3.5s in the air vents. That, front stage for the win. Tweeters from Walmart on my dash, hooked up to my head unit. I don't got no DSP. I tune by ear and just make it sound as good as I can. With our kind of systems, who really needs a DSP? You can gain some with a DSP and make it sound better. But when you're trying to float babies and bricks, and the most thing that people care about is being able to hear the music over the bass and have enough bass to make their hair move, that's all that matters. At least for me. I would like to look into it, but I feel like sometimes it could be more of a headache, than you need. But who knows what the outcome could be when done right. That's why I like the Kicker key lock, just because it does everything for you. Re-DSPs everything. Could do a whole entire system over that, but I'd rather just, do things a little differently. Maybe not run RCAs from my head unit. Have a direct source coming from the speaker wire going into the amplifier for the KXA, because it could take up to 40 volt pre-out. So that'd be cool. You get a lot of input compared to an RCA level at 4 volts. Yeah, Sunday. Did I say Monday? I meant Sunday. For you guys' show. Last question. Why are Oreos so good? You know what's crazy? I got Oreos in a heart-shaped container for Valentine's Day from Kayla. So, I love Oreos. I don't know why they're so good. I don't split them, but my kids aren't crazy because they actually split them like normal people. I just eat it like a non-normal person, I guess you would say. I just love Oreos, man. I can eat a whole roll and not even think nothing about it. Thank you, SJC. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for that super chat, too. I wonder if Dave's okay. He hasn't been commenting. Maybe his hands are wet from all the jacuzzi or something else. Who knows? Oreos. I gotta watch what I say on here. Absolutely, man. Wayne says, you need to look at my 15 here soon when you're available. Miss the energy of your presence. Thanks, man. You're a great guy and always have been. Happy to call you a friend. Great show, buddy. Hope to see you soon. Thanks, man. That means a lot. It really does. It really does. I know. Trying to think when I'm free. Usually at night, past 12 o'clock, I'm usually doing something or I'm working. Or not doing something and working. So if you're free later in the day, I'm fine. Yeah, we'll have to meet up, buddy. Thank you. Miss you too. And your craziness. Troy says, love you, bro. Wanted to give you a like and some comment traffic. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Thank you, Troy, for the algorithm boost, and thank you for supporting me. Love you too, man. Troy is one person I need to meet before I die. Troy Underwood. I just got to make it a reason to go to California. Just need a reason. Other than seeing Troy. I want to see Troy. Average Guy Audio says, glad I've been able to stay for the whole live stream. I leave for work in about an hour and 9 minutes. I work the graveyard shift. I heard about that. And sleep during the day. LOL, I've been doing that for most 25 years. Well, thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate that. And have a good day at work. Yeah, if you got Facebook or anything, you've seen earlier in the past my Facebook name and stuff, or maybe message me at livingloudwithandy@gmail.com. We'll have to communicate, dude, for sure. Daily bench. Is 8-gauge wire enough for 300 watts? Also, my 300 watt JBL GT Bass Pro 12 can flex my roof And for a pre-built with built-in amp, it bumps. You know what? I've seen setups like that where they're actually not that bad with amplifiers built into the subwoofer box for like 212s. It's like, how bad could it be? But it's actually not that bad, but as long as you have your expectations at a certain level for how much money you're paying and what kind of design everything is. So absolutely, man, 8 gauge isn't enough for 300 watts, 100%. Now, how long is that 8 gauge wire going to be? 40 feet? Probably not. That's kind of cutting it close. But for 300 watts, we'll say, because 8 gauge wire is a 50 amp fuse, 50 amps times, we'll say 10 volts, you're good for 500 watts. 12 volts, 750 watts, whatever. So you're good. Absolutely. Just me. Thank you, man. He says, I'm going to go check out your Down for Sound speaker review. Absolutely, dude. I tried to do as good of a job as I could to represent how it sounded through the microphone. I had the gain all the way down to 0 for it to read it and not distort. And the levels look good. And to just go over everything about it. And I try to do my best. I know it's a boombox. I know it's not, an 18-inch Solo X. But I think it's a good video. Thank you. Mike says, so what are you saying? What you're saying you are the Cookie Monster then? Yes. Yes, Bench. JR! JR! Is this your first live stream you've been on with mine? I don't know. Maybe a long time ago. What have you been doing, buddy? What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. I'm about to just peace out, too. No. We can't tell them where we live. Come on, JR. What are you doing, man? JR says, the best there is, the best there was, the best there will ever be. You know what, JR? You are that supporter, and you mean much to me. Love you, man. How's that system? If you're not using it, I don't have Cookie Monster right now, and Kayla's system's not working, so. What's up, man? I need some bass, bro. Chips Ahoy are good, too. Oh, come on, Deviant. V13, thanks for tuning in, man. He says, thanks, Andy. Great stream. Appreciate you here, man. I had a lot of new people tonight, and that was awesome. That was awesome. JR says, what do you think about quick link ups to the new 28 to 2019 factory setups? I don't know about those. I'm not an installer, but I know it's probably a thing. And the Metra systems, I think it was the Metra, whatever, they're really nice to use. So I don't really know too much about that. I'm guessing for your Honda Civic that you want to do. I wouldn't even change the head unit, dude. Keep the head unit, run a kicker key lock if you want to run an amplifier or even to power your mids and highs. Just keep that head unit. It's almost easier with newer cars and with the stuff that is out there, like the key lock. You don't need to replace the head unit unless you absolutely need to. Bruh, I'm dying to Scion is waiting for a rear window. You know what? I have an idea. I have a car that has a rear window, but no subwoofer in it. You have a car that has a subwoofer in it that has no rear window. Just slide it right into Cookie Monster, you know what I'm saying? I can't. Yeah, Tony's got my box that's down at his house right now. He's drinking a beer and working on it right now. Keeping the stock unit, it's killing me. I know. Another epic stream, Deviant says, what do you need from the system? Like Bluetooth? I feel like a lot of cars have a lot of stuff. Samuel says, yeah, I work crazy schedule. V13, yeah, pretty cool stream. Thanks, man. JR says, this dude is 100% with everything. I try to be. Crystal clear. Key lock versus LC2i. Key lock, hands down. Doesn't have a low pass, or should I say a high pass crossover at the lower frequencies. Let's put the cookie and put it in the real car. Damn it. Yeah, put on your 12K Terramp. Got earplugs. Another great show. Keep them coming. I'll keep watching from Cincinnati. Thanks for tuning in, man. You're not too far either. Appreciate you, man. Really do. Are you going to live stream when Cookie Monster is done? I could possibly do that. Problem with live streaming, not on a computer, you can't throw up chats. You know, StreamYard's just a pain in the butt. Can't see comments. It's better to just stream on YouTube. But yeah, dude, I can do that. I was already talking to Tony about doing door panels. It's like, well, since this isn't as bad as we thought, how do you feel about fiberglass? Can't. All right, key lock for sure. Absolutely. All right, well, I think we went over 2 hours. Literally 2 hours because it started 3-hour roll. 2 hours of living loud with late live with Andy, Q&A, just hangout sessions. I like these. Sometimes the topics are cool to go over, but I like interacting with you guys, and it keeps the conversation going the whole time. Like, it really does. You know, I was a little bit behind there too, but I try to keep up and answer your guys' questions. And as always, man, it's been fun, and try to stay warm. I know the weather's getting a little bit better, so that's a good thing. But as always, stay living loud, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Be easy, okay?